Welcome back to Shantae Risky's Revenge. So, last time we completed the Hypno Baron's Labyrinth, but for some reason, Risky didn't come out and mug us, and that fact is more concerning than I think it should be. So yeah, we're gonna just go around and see if we can figure out why that is. I mean, this is called Risky's Revenge, so you would think she would have her vengeance there, but I guess not. Also, since we're back, I have a bit of an extra clip to show you of some bullshit that this game pulls, so yeah, if I remember correctly, it is the previous screen, where the game just spawned an enemy off-screen, or like, it spawned them and then they went off-screen. Regardless, they weren't in my field of view. I could only barely see their effects, and I did not register that there was an enemy there in time, and then I took a hit and couldn't actually leave, so thanks for that, game. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so anyway, still don't like the overworld. Alright, so we've got 4 magic jams, so you better believe I'm buying the fully upgraded pike ball. Let's see, let's also grab the flamethrower while we're at it. Mega Puff will have to wait, but I can at least max out the potions, which is actually an achievement if you're playing on Steam, so if you care about that, there you go. You can now just purchase a whole lot of potions and have that one extra achievement. I mean, I'm sure as heck not getting all of them, so like, I guess having one more that I might not have gotten is kinda nice? Sure, we'll go with that. Anyway, where do we start looking? I mean, okay, so we beat Hypno Baron, and we did want him to tell us about the lamp, but he didn't because we killed him. So, let's go talk to Mimic. Alright, Mimic, oh, well, that's weird, he's gone. Huh. Well, that's weird. Oh well. Maybe he's just out. I mean, I guess we could always just go home. We have literally no other leads right now, and if you go back to Roddy Tops, I'm pretty sure she is also gone for reasons. But if you come here, here's most of our friends. Shantae doesn't like a lot of things. Oh, that's bad. Alright, well, this is Risky's real revenge. Kidnapping. I don't have a sitting animation. Go on. Okay, so that's why she didn't arrive on scene last time. Instead of just falling on top of Shantae and punching her in the face and taking the seals, she's just creating a hostage situation. Guess she wants to change it up for this game. Heh yeah, what kind of moron doesn't know East from West Sky? It's a reference to the first game. Please don't argue, and please don't mention cardinal directions. Sky. Hey, didn't I beat you up? Get a load of this guy, Cam. A zombie gal? I mean, Roddy Tops is our most dubious friend, but like, I didn't really think she was a kidnapper. And Squid Baron was just mad at the world after being threatened by Risky Boots. So yeah, that's why we wouldn't be able to find Roddy Tops, because, well, she has apparently done a kidnapping. According to Squid Baron, who, I don't know, Squid Baron is acting all innocent, but like, you did dine and dash. And look, I know you were worried about the seal, But there are just some things in this world you don't do. You pay for your meal, Squid Baron. There's no negotiation there. I mean, Shantae, we have literally no other options. Okay, how underwater is it? Is it like only a little underwater? Because you've probably got some birds that can dive a little bit. Those are like the coolest birds. I mean, not always, there are other cool birds, but still. Diving birds are rad. Alright, so now that we have the ability to swim, now we can find some squid babies, which is not as bad as it was in the first game. I vastly prefer finding them here to the squid babies in Shantae 1, so let's get started. And naturally, of course, Squid Baron mentioned that one of them has the artifact that will allow us to enter Risky's hideout. Just assume that you have to get all of them, because you do. It's not that one specific one has it, it's just, you get all of them, Squid Baron will ask, one of whom will get it up, doesn't matter which. It's Schrodinger's squid baby. Anyway, we now have 6 hearts, so that's the maximum. So speaking of achievements though, there is actually an achievement for completing the game with minimal heart tanks, but I would not recommend that on your first go-around. I really, really wouldn't recommend that on your first go-around. I mean, look, I know I've never really lost much HP in this game. This is true. I have not taken so much damage in some time. Even at my worst, I usually maintain, like, maximum 1, maybe 1.5 damage. Don't complete this game with 3 hearts until you know what you're doing. We'll see why later. Regardless, at this point, this is just another go-around of the world, so, guess what? Until we find a body of water, it's speed-up time, though this one will be short. Alright, we've got some water here, and over here, we've got a neat little hole that we can dive into. This is the only place where things aren't diving at us, so let's swim around this direction. And up here, and this is a hidden passage with a squid baby that falls like it was made of glass. It makes the ting-ting sound, I'm sorry. It's a glass squid. What do you want from me? It's just a squid made of glass. Sometimes squid babies are just made of glass. Don't judge. Again, not the worst thing that Squid Baron's ever done. He's a dine and dasher. He's not to be trusted with food. Alright, so thankfully, all of the squid babies are pretty well contained to the coast, so, actually, is there any other water anywhere else in the game? I don't think there is. I mean, if there is, we'll see it in a hot minute, don't you worry. But I'm trying to think, and I think the coast is the only non-dungeon area that has water. I mean, it makes sense. One of the areas is a full-on desert, so, like, obviously, unless there's an oasis, you're not gonna find a body of water there. And if there was an oasis, that's usually a distinct set piece, right? Like, if you have a desert in a game, and then there is an oasis in it, you're probably gonna remember the oasis, because it looks like a thing that's not a desert. It looks like the thing that isn't just a very large pile of sand sprawling in all directions. Deserts are not known for their visual variety. Do they have it? Yes, absolutely. If you're in a desert in real life, you can sometimes see things that aren't mounds of sand. You probably don't want to be there if you don't know what you're doing, though, because otherwise you will find the mounds of sand, and then you'll probably get lost and die. Probably. That's probably what happened to me. I mean, I can pick a direction and walk, but I ain't good with heat. Okay, now I remember. I just wanted to take a safer way with a save point to find this next one so I wouldn't have to redo anything. That's right. I did not want to keep going. You know what, that makes sense, that tracks. That is absolutely a thing I would do. Also, if you're wondering, no, the mermaid enemies don't care if you're a mermaid. They don't see you and think, wow, cool mermaid. Unfortunately. Alright, so this area is a bit of a maze, but it's also a very simple maze. Basically, you're just gonna want to keep mostly to the left side and just go through the hidden passages when you can. And also avoid the fish, because they are ever-present and ever annoying. There are a few hidden passages here and there which might make you think you want to go to the right, but you don't. Trust me, you don't. Alright, so what do we got here? Oh, we've got the squid baby over there. And okay, so, there we have one of the few uses of the elephant stomp. Was there a use of the elephant stomp in the, last dungeon? I don't remember. I was paying attention until I wasn't, so I might have missed something, but yeah, no, you do need the elephant stomp for this golden baby squid, so I hope you talked to Sky after she repaired the coffee machine, so that you would know that there are 2 relics you need to nab. Cause if you didn't, well, now you need the elephant stomp, or you can't beat the game, so if you didn't already know that was there, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you missed it. That was 2 episodes back. But I just lumped that in with the rest of the pickups. Alright, so that's 3 baby squids. Not even a 4th one. We only needed the 3, and you know what? 3 is fine by me. That's what I always say, all the time, forever. So anyway, this is where I speed up. Alright, and we're back. Alright, that wasn't too long, right, Squid Baron? My new friend Squid Baron, whom I've killed before, and would kill again if push came to shove. I would do so without mercy. And we get a very unamused mermaid, who's just kind of blowing bubbles. So yes, this is the mermaid attack, because the mermaid actually attacking is the key to the final area. Mermaid just doesn't start with an attack. I kinda wish they gave Mermaid an alternate, like, stronger attack that you could use. I don't know what that could be, but, like, it would have been nice if you started with something to make the mermaid more engaging than just a body of water check. 'Cause, I don't know. It wasn't super interesting as a body of water check, because they didn't do anything with it. Like, the most we've done up until now is avoid enemies, which is okay, but like, again, Shantae 1 gave us the harpy, which could fly. And I don't know, I think flying versus swimming, unless you put a lot of work into, like, the swimming, flying is going to be cooler. Like, the underwater effects in this game are cool. I like how this looks, but like, they don't really do much with it, and swimming is otherwise just, hey, hold a direction, go in it. Are you in the overworld? Cool, there are probably enemies then. They're enemies you'll want to avoid, so avoid them. Meanwhile, even if flying doesn't involve much, I don't know, it could just be a me thing. It could just be a brain thing, where the brain says, I like this, even though it's functionally the same. Flying's just kinda cooler. Forgotten how to go through platforms. Alright, so back to Mermaid. It doesn't help that the Mermaid bubble isn't even that interesting when you do get it, because now you just have to look through your checklist and see, okay, where are all the areas where I saw a statue I couldn't destroy? Time to return to those spots, I guess. Of course, I didn't have to worry about that, because again, I had a guide, I knew where I was going. So, I could streamline this a lot. Speaking of streamlining, I did not run through this game as efficiently as I could have. You'll know why I said that later, but anyway. Alright, you know what time it is, of course. It's time to go back to all the dungeons and find all the magic gems we missed. This is my very enthused voice, could you tell? Could you tell just how excited I was? Well, I mean, like I said, the good news is Battle Tower was weird, so I only have to revisit 2 dungeons. That's something. Okay, I'm going to assume that the dungeons are distinct enough landmarks that you remember where those are, so I will hard cut to the dungeons. But we will fast forward through these so I can actually find the items. We're on the lookout for precisely 2 magic jams. The last 2 magic jams I need to buy the items I have yet to get. Alright, so here's the body of water. Alright, so let's play the game of would I have needed Mermaid Bubble to get this? By the way, you cannot use Mermaid Bubble on land. That doesn't exactly show there because that was just me doing nothing. It's hard to prove a negative, okay? That's a well-known fact. Anyway, there's the magic jam, and that's all I needed to come back to this dungeon for. I'll assume you can figure out the way back out. Ah, Hypno Baron's Labyrinth. I remember it like it was just last Wednesday. Or maybe I remember it like it's half a year ago. I don't know, is there gonna be a hiatus this time? Probably not, but you never know. What if I get isekai'd before I finish this episode? It could happen. Okay, I take back all the nice things I said about this dungeon. Why oh why did they put that last jelly all the way over here at the back end of the dungeon? They could have put it in any other water section, but they didn't. they decided to be spiteful and put it all the way over here. Oh god, that sucked to get to. Even just watching this back, I hated it. Anyway, here's the statue. Here's the jelly. Alright, well, you know what that means. Alright, so you saw me enter the dungeon. I'm gonna leave it by the same path but backwards. Meet you back in town so we can finally spend the last jelly in the game and get the item that's not gonna be super helpful at all, actually. I will use it one time for you so you know what it looks like. So, this video started as 35 minutes and 47 seconds, kind of. I actually have to do a few more edits to the non-com version as well, because I missed a few spots here and there, but yeah, no, I shortened this by a lot, I'm sure. Alright, so here's the Puff Cloud, the big one, the Mega Puff, here we go. Again, not gonna use that, save for one time. So, that's all items purchased. That's another game saved. So what's next on the list for Shantae, vis-a-vis Risky having her revenge? Well, we're done with overworld exploration. Like I said, part 7 was actually the heavier exploration episode. That was just all overworld searching. This was mostly just the coast and the dungeons, and even then, part of the item search was for a thing we needed to find to actually access the final levels, so like, that wasn't optional. We had to find those baby squids. Oh my god, what happened to the world? But yeah, no, like, there was a lot more optional cleanup stuff in episode 7. This one was basically nothing. Again, started as 35 minutes, probably a lot less when you cut out all the fluff. And even then, there's still some fluff left that's just faster fluff now, because I willed it to be. Alright, so where we want to go is down here, way at the bottom of the sea. It takes a while to swim here, but eventually we violently murder a fish and then open the way to this door over here. Anything on this side? Ooh, whole lot of gems, I'm sure. Gems and hearts. A little bit of everything. Guess if you need extra money, there you go. We also have a new warp squid statue. So if you want to leave, you have a way to leave easily. And we also have a save point man, so this is going to be our save before we enter the finale of Shantae Risky's Revenge. So, I'll see you next time for when we bring the fight to Risky.